Surprised that y'all never made a run at all. Made a run at all in this one.
Which is not good enough. Which is not good enough.
Which is not good enough.
It finally happened. James Harden got traded to the Nets, reunited with KD, Kyrie Irving potentially on the side. This is crazy. It's the NBA season. Let's get to it. First of all, let's talk about the smaller teams before we hit the big subject here. I believe the Cleveland Cavaliers did very, very well in this deal. All they had to do was trade Dante Exum and a 2022 first, which some Cavalier fans may be skeptical of since this is a rebuilding team. But may I remind you, this is the Milwaukee Bucks first. So it's probably going to be a bottom 5 pick in the first round. They got Jared Allen. I understand they have to extend him next year, but Jared Allen has shown a lot of promise. I like him more than Andre Drummond. They got Taurean Prince. He's nothing special, but he's definitely a rotational wing. And if you can give up Dante Exum, who, it breaks my heart to say this, but it hasn't panned out for him. This dude gets hurt every season. I hope he can pull it together. But trading Dante Exum in a late first to get an up-and-coming center and a good rotation wing. So I think the Cleveland Cavaliers did very well here. I believe the Indiana Pacers did very well here too. Victor Oladipo has been pretty weird the past couple seasons with the Pacers. He obviously wanted out. They take a flyer on Caris LeVert. If Caris LeVert can ever get his jump shot falling, we've seen what he can do, especially during the bubble. Let's talk about the big picture here. Let's talk about what the Brooklyn Nets just did here. Trading Caris LeVert. What was it here? Let's check this out. Caris LeVert, 3 first-round draft picks. The 2022, 2024, 2026, and 4 pick swaps. That's a lot. That is a lot. But look at what the Lakers did with Anthony Davis. They won a championship. Brooklyn obviously wants to win a championship. You got to do everything that you can to win. James Harden, say what you want to say about this man, but he is a straight baller. And I believe that when James Harden is happy, we got a dangerous thing going. Add Kyrie Irving on top of the picture with Kevin Durant. At all times, you're going to have 2 dynamic scorers, 2 guys to where teams are going to have nightmares about. The depth chart, we're going to get to it later, but overall, this is a move that had to be done. Right now, what you're looking at is the current depth chart for the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm just going to basically break down what this team is going to be looking like once James Harden is back, and actually once Kyrie Irving's back and once James Harden's playing. But basically, you got a team with 3 dynamic scorers, 3 guys that can just cook it up and take over games at any second. You got shooters in Joe Harris. You got Larry Shamet. You got TLC. You can play some stretch 5 with Jeff Green. You can even probably slide KD to the 5. You got Bruce Brown, who I think is going to be a very underrated piece. Bruce Brown, the last 2 games, has had a huge impact on the Brooklyn Nets. One of their early season struggles has been about the defense. And this guy, Bruce Brown, who they acquired for Daniel Musa in a second, this is going to come up big because James Harden and Kyrie are going to need a defender to help them out. You know, these guys are going to be putting in work on the offensive end. And Bruce Brown has shown, if you look at his footage with the Pistons, he's not afraid of anything. He is a dog. He is a hustler. He knows how to play his role. He will clamp down guys like James Harden. He's clamped down James Harden before. A couple days ago against the Denver Nuggets, he had 3 blocks. Last night, I believe he had a double-double. So Bruce Brown's going to be a very important piece and a very great fit next to Kyrie and James. You have Landry Shamet, Joe Harris. We know what they can do, especially Joe Harris. Nicholas Claxton. I'm actually probably going to post a video later this week about Nicholas Claxton because I think he's a very, very nice up-and-coming prospect in this league. He has his injury problems so far, but when he's back, I think he's going to make some noise late in the season and for the future because this team traded Jared Allen. Jared Allen is much better than DeAndre Jordan. No disrespect to DeAndre. This is a guy who used to be one of the best defensive centers in the league. But he must, he must be really good friends with KD if they decide, they're going to roll in and try to win a championship with him. But DeAndre Jordan can still be a very good rotational player, especially during the playoffs for some stints. But this team is looking good right now. And I'm a Laker fan, I'm a no good Laker fan, but this is the team that makes me sweat. This team made me sweat before they got James Harden. This team is going to be dangerous. Well, once again, the NBA strikes back with the drama. This is why the NBA is the best sport. It is always entertaining. Say what you want about the mega teams. This is drama at its finest. This is, you can't write this up, James Harden and KD is back after James Harden and Westbrook had a stint. James is really missing his old times in OKC. I don't know, but it's going to be fun to see how this plays out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have more content up later this week or next week. I hope you guys stay safe. Peace.